prescription lenses with a subtle high-fashion tint.
Well, they're a bit dark for inside.
Oh, I can't see me drink in front of my face. I'll be hauling that optician up before magistrate. You'll give me a sympathetic hearing, won't you, Ken?
I'm not a magistrate yet, and they don't handle civil disputes anyway.
Why not? They get paid enough.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Blanche, but there's no salary attached. It's the sort of job you do to put something back into the community.
You said that when you ran that free newspaper and when you went to teach at Weatherfield Comp.
Ken's always had a social conscience.
He must be sick of putting back by now. Can't he take out for a change?
Well, I think it's an excellent idea.
No, you reckon it'll suit me?
Down to the ground.
Oh, Deirdre's right. You always cracked up you knew what was best for people.
Magistrates hand out sentences according to guidelines. They don't order floggings and executions just because they feel like it.
Pity. It's what some of these young thugs need.
You've got a wealth of experience, you're well-educated, you can hold your own at any social gathering.
You live in a world of your own, you do. And another thing, you've got nothing to thank the legal profession for. They threw you behind bars fast enough.
So, who's the other two?
Rest of his family, I think.
Oh, so she is well in. It's not just a hole and corner sort of carry-on.
Well, I try not to judge.
Well, I think we have to. I mean, if we stopped judging one another, then what would happen? Folk could just do what they liked.
2 packs, Gina. Shouldn't we get one for your Johnny? She said she'd be along in a minute. Well, I've had this by then. She can get the next round. Anyway, I've decided. What?
Hi. Hiya. Can I get you two anything?
Large vodka.
Norris?
Oh, no time. Homewards bound, but thank you.
It's only next door. Have one for the road.
Get you behind me, Satan. Night.
Well, I've been called some stuff in my time.
So, a large vodka?
Yes, please. I've had 2 red wines, Gina. Only, Liz and me just wanted to have a little chat.
And you don't want me in the way?
That's right, and you'd understand.
So, where do you reckon your Jan's got?
Him to be enjoying yourself in the pub the other night. And not from round here, were they? The people you were with?
No. Is this it?
A sweets or summat.
Gobstoppers.
That Anthony. He your new fella, then?
We're friends. Be with you in a minute, Sally.
Oh, you can go first.
Just that, Rita, please.
Thanks, Loves.
Have you got a minute?
Oh, look, if it's about the rent, there's really no point.
You ready to pay, Blanche?
Don't hurry me.
Won't you think again, please?
Look, you've had a good deal for 6 months. I'm simply asking a commercial rate
Well,
now.
we can't afford 50% more.
Well, then you'll be looking for new premises.
Yeah, and you'll end up with an empty shop. You'll have to offer a deal to somebody else, and you're going to be worse off.
She's right.
But we could pay you 10% more.
10%?
Useful that shop is. You'd make many people unhappy if you forced them out.
30%, and it's the best I can do.
Better take 25.
How about 20?
Worth a try.
I'll take 25, if only to shut your parrot up.
Deal. Thank you.
Rita, a gazette, please.
Oh, pushing in front of a pensioner, not a word of apology. Still, what do you expect?
I see you still making headlines, Dougie.
Aye, good. I hope it sets the record straight. And if you'd have kept out of it, I'd have settled for 20.
On your own tonight, Vera?
Yeah, Jack's gone to a do at Legion. Have I got a surprise for him when he comes home?
Spare us the details, eh?
Vera, me coat.
Jack's coat, you mean?
No, where is it?
It's at the cleaners. Well, you've had it on, and the Guy Fawkes has had it on.
Did you empty the pockets?
Well, they're not in them.
You're lying. You've had my money. My 3 grand.
Calm down, will you?
Calm down. She's stolen my money.
Is this what you're looking for?
Oh, thank you. You had me going there.
Good. And here are your clothes, you lying, cheating scumbag.
Janice, there's people watching.
People have been watching you make a fool out of me for years. Well, I've had it, Les. I've had enough. So you can take your 3.5 grand and you can stick it. Because I never want to see your face again.
Oh, someone's looking smart.
Oh, what is it? Somebody's funeral?
Oh, I hope not. I've been asked to give a character reference for Jim. He's in court today.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Poor Jim. He must be dead scared.
Yes. I thought I might go along myself. Might be worth watching.
It's a court, not flaming cinema.
I know. The cinema you have to pay for.
They'll be coming.
That's the thing, you see. You've got to get in early to get the good seats. What about you? Do you know anybody here?
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to see justice done.
Oh, aren't we all? But by all accounts, this Quigley was no angel. Just another one of those druggies, apparently.
No, he wasn't. Gerald was my boy. My son. And that MacDonald killed him.
You're right.
I'll just be glad when this is over.
There he is.
Oh, my God. Jim.
Are you James MacDonald?
Yes.
The particulars of the offence are that you, James MacDonald, on the 9th day of September 2000, did unlawfully kill Gerald Francis Quigley. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Oh, it's not often you hear that these days.
Look, I've been talking to this chap from Northern Heritage, and fortunately he lives locally, and he said if we set up a meeting next week, he's happy to come along.
Well, that's wonderful. It's very heartening to know our campaign's being taken seriously.
I wouldn't get your hopes up. It'll probably all come to nothing.
We won't know until we try. But at least Ken's prepared to stand up and make his voice heard.
Yes, but it'll be a lone one if we don't manage to drum up more support.
Well, at least we've got time on our side. I'm sure everyone will rally to the cause eventually.
Can you get one of your guys?
How's it going?
We thought we'd take some time out.
Don't blame me. It's a big job moving house.
Is it your van? So early then?
I'll see you.
Yeah, see ya. Yeah, that's right. We just moved into number 6.
Oh, that's wonderful news. Now I never need worry when the surgery's closed. I presume you're Mrs. Ramsden. Are you a doctor as well?
No, I'm a teacher at Weatherfield Comp.
My daughter's partner, Ken Barlow, used to work there. Do you know him?
No, I'm afraid not.
I'll have to introduce you. You've probably got lots to talk about.
Actually, we like to forget about work of an evening, don't we, Matt?
I must say it's very commendable you living amongst your patients. It shows a real sense of community.
We just want to cut down on transport costs.
560, look, please.
My last doctor was a complete imbecile. We fell out eventually when he asked me to register somewhere else. Said I was taking up too much of his time. You've been at that mirror 20 minutes. I don't know why you're bothering.
Is that better?
Looks fine, love, honest.
Oh, it'll just have to do. Right, I'll see you later.
Bye, love.
Bye.
Bye. This can't be right. He says here that the council have changed the date for resurfacing the street to next week.
I've never heard of them pulling a job forward before.
I bet they've heard about our opposition and trying to rush it through.
That council will do anything to get its own way. A bunch of egomaniacs, the lot of them.
But this is outrageous. It doesn't give us time to mount a proper campaign.
Exactly. Bully boy tactics.
Well, they're not going to get away with it. Thank you all for coming. Now, it's clear that the majority of residents are unhappy with the council's proposal. So we need to build up a case against this as quickly as possible. Right. Any ideas?
Well, I'm worried about the cars racing down the street, because them cobbles really slow them down.
I reckon this is only being done because someone at the council wants to get home quicker. And we certainly know that Audrey Roberts uses the road every day.
And where is Councillor Roberts? As our representative, she has a duty to be here.
Yeah, well, Audrey's got a migraine and she sends her apologies.
The fact is, there's years left in those cobbles. What's the point of covering them over if they don't need it?
What? Because the world moves on and we don't all want to live in a time warp.
Are you suggesting that we knock down everything over 100 years old, then?
Look, I'd like to know how long this resurfacing is going to take, because tarmac plays havoc with my sinuses.
Yes, well, anyway, Roy has got a petition for us all to sign. Now, has anyone else got any ideas of what we should do?
Dump a load of tarmac outside there, I'll see how they like it.
I think we should maintain a peaceful protest.
Yes,
well, we could picket the town hall. That would get people's attention.
Oh, yeah, we could have T-shirts printed. SOC. You know, save our cobbles.
I bet the cobbles are only the start of it. They'll be redeveloping the entire road soon.
It's true.
So how about SOS? Save our street.
I didn't realise you could get a preservation order on a street.
Me neither. But it's how quickly that really matters.
It's all right. I'll go.
You think it may be too late to stop the tarmackers?
Well, I think it's going to be a bit of a race against time. I think maybe I ought to get onto them, see if I can G them up a bit.
Visitor for you.
Oh, hello.
Something I've just heard, Emily.
Hello.
But I can't tell you who it's from. Apparently, they're going to start tarmacking the street this afternoon.
This afternoon?
But of course they haven't told anyone, so there'll be no one there to stop them.
Be one of Audrey Roberts' tricks.
You are sure?
Dead sure, yeah.
Well, looks like we've got less time than we thought. Right, well, there are a few in.
Be surprised if there weren't. And now quiet, everybody. Ken has something to say.
Oh, has he?
Better be good.
Well, I'm sorry about this, but it is important. I've just heard that they're going to start tarmacking the street not next week like we thought, but this afternoon.
Which is why we've got the cones.
Exactly.
I think it's diabolical.
It is.
Well, don't look at me. I don't know anything about that.
Of course you didn't.
Well, Ken, what do you think we should do?
Well, I think we should get out there and do everything it takes to stop them.
Right.
I mean, this is our street.
Yeah.
We have the right to decide what we do with it, not the politicians. And I don't know about you, but I, for one, think that it should stay as it is. Right, so if you agree with me, right, then I think we should all get out there, get organised, and stop these people from vandalising our community.
Well said, Ken. Just the ticket.
Thank you very much.
So are you all coming or not?
Yeah, I'll just have a sandwich first.
Ken, do you want a drink?
No, I really think we should get organised.
I'll have a large vodka with you, Curly, thank you. And Ken will have a pint, I'm sure he will.
But I think we're quite a formidable group if we form a line.
What, right across the street here?
That's the only way to do it.
Aren't we going to look a bit silly if they come down Viaduct Street and we're at the wrong end?
Well, then we move and sharpish.
Well, they won't anyway. You'd never get a wagon round that corner.
Yeah, I suppose not.
Well, that's one. Hey, where's Fred?
Oh, some sort of meat crisis, I gather. Things defrosting when they shouldn't have.
Rubbish. He just didn't want to wear the T-shirt. Not that it would fit him if he did.
Well, it's one less chair I'll have to carry, I suppose.
Hey, careful with these. Emily doesn't want them all scratched.
Oh, goodness. They can be chopped up and made into bonfires if it'll help.
Well, where shall I put this one?
Right slap bang in the middle. If they're going to tarmac anything, they're going to have to start with me.
Well, there he is. Whoa, stop! Watch out!
I thought he was going to run you over.
So did I.
You've come to tarmac this street?
It's general idea, yeah.
Well, we're representatives of the residents, and we're here to tell you we don't want it doing.
I told you, didn't I? A right bullshit lot.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I've got my instructions. Well, we're here to give you new instructions.
Yeah, go away.
We're absolutely determined. We want this street left as it is.
I appreciate that. I have a docket here saying this street's to be tarmacked. So I'm sorry, but tarmacked is where it's going to be. Come on, Mother, let's have your...
Don't you touch me!
We've as much right to be here as you have. In fact, a good deal more.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere, are we?
No!
Hey, you mean it and all? Because I know what this lot are like.
Yeah, you tell him, Les. We're a bunch of raving lunatics, and the last thing we're going to do is listen to reason.
Absolutely.
Raving lunatics, every one of them. Yeah, well, just let me make a phone call, will you?
And we don't all need to be out here all the time.
They're not going to leave tarmac in this.
No, I mean, I think we should organise some sort of shift system.
Well, these guys are only going to be interested so long as they're getting paid. As soon as they're not, they'll be off.
I know Les will be.
This'll bring on my chilblains, you know.
I were a land girl during the war. We got that cold. I've never been warm since, so this is nothing to me.
Hey, up. A bit of action.
Oh, aye.
Come on.
Right. We're going to call it a day for now, but I promise you we'll be back tomorrow. And if you carry on with this, then I'm going to call in police and get you shifted.
What? And Carter's all off to prison?
Yeah, well, I hope not, but I've got a job to do.
Yeah, and we've got a right to stop you.
Well, sorry, but you haven't.
It's our street.
And I'm not arguing. We'll see you tomorrow.
So are we. See you then.
OK, do we carry on? Yeah! Right, then some of us have got to be out here very, very early.
Winston Churchill said when he faced a similar problem, let us therefore brace ourselves to our duty. And Bet, are you listening?
I've no choice.
If the British Empire and its Commonwealth lived for 1,000 years, still men will say this was our finest hour.
And they'd be right.
They would, love.
I nearly missed it. Only for Maxine giving me a dig and never woke up.
Oh, no sign of the enemy yet, then?
No, only Les Battersby.
What do we do if they come?
Oh, you tell me.
Brandy, please, Jean, and anybody else?
No, we're all right, thanks.
I'll have a vodka with you, a large one.
Okay, and a large vodka for the lady. So, what's the latest on the street?
Well, the council are getting a court order to stop us protesting.
Did they? Can I just have a word?
Yeah.
Have you heard about Vera?
What?
She died. She never came round after the operation.
Oh, no.
Norris told me.
Oh, my Lord. Ken.
Yeah. All right, so it seems like the council are taking out an injunction to stop you from protesting.
Wouldn't need one to stop me, I'll tell you that, mate. Large scotch and a pint of bitter, please. But if it helps to put a stop to that farce that's going on out there, all the better.
That's awful. That's a real tragedy.
It's a load of codswallop thought up by people that spend too much time at... Hey, Barlow, don't you reckon?
What? Oh, I have no idea.
Aha!
Mike, something's happened.
Yeah, your boyfriend's lost for words for once.
It's not about the street, it's about Vera.
Are you going to tell him?
What? Well, come on, don't keep me in suspense.
You came.
I didn't know a better place.
No, I don't. Pint, please, Liz, and whatever anybody else wants.
No, you're all right.
Thanks, Doggy.
Oh, well, that was a cheap round. So still no action out there, then?
I doubt if we'd have the stomach for it, even if there was.
What are you talking about? You're not giving up, are you?
Some bad news.
What? Oh, from Ralph, whatever his name is. It's the preservation order, eh?
No, it's not that.
It's about Vera Duckworth.
She was donating a kidney. She finished up donating her life.
Actually, that's not true. She's still the same. She's still unconscious.
But Norris said he got it straight from the hospital.
Well, he got it all wrong. He got it all mixed up.
So, she's all right?
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
But she's alive.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Now, ask me what my day's been like. Oh, go on, ask me.
Go on then, Audrey. Tell us what your day's been like.
Wonderful. You would never believe what Prince Charles was telling me.
What about Vera?
Vera, why, what's happened?
Nothing.
Which is the best news we've had for a long time.
Does he know what's going on out there?
Well, do you know, Ken, I think he'd be on our side if he did.
Our side?
Well, he's all for history and conservation and preserving old relics,
Yeah,
isn't
well,
he?
pity you didn't mention it then.
Oh, I didn't get a chance. Hey, now, but what I have heard is they've got the court injunction they were after and they're going to be here in half an hour with a police escort.
Yeah, well, when they are, we'll be ready for them.
Oh.
Hey, up, sounds like things are hotting up.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot we can do, though, is there?
Liz.
Oh, what now?
Trying to help? Well, you're not.
So where's everybody else? There's maybe a load of us.
Well, it's not numbers that count. It's the fact that we have right on our side.
I still think we need everybody we can get, Emily.
Well, look, I'll go knock on all doors then, shall I?
Go.
Now,
I don't know whether or not you've got a spokesperson.
Ken, you speak for us.
Yes, well, I suppose I might be that, but I think you'll find everybody here thinks the same.
Yes, that this is our street and you're not going to desecrate it.
Well said, Emily.
Well, I'm not here for a debate. I'm here because earlier today, the council obtained a court order which states that you lot have to clear this street and let these men get on with their job.
No, we won't do that.
No, we're not.
You'll be breaking the law and liable for the consequences. I'll give you 5 minutes to think about it, OK? Then either you cooperate, or we're going to have to take steps to move you.
Oh, well, we did our best, I suppose.
Norris! I do hope you're not thinking of giving up.
Well, what else can we do?
Yeah, there's no point in getting arrested if not can get anywhere.
Look, I promise you there's a preservation order on its way, but it'll be no good once we let them start.
We need to hold things up for as long as we possibly can.
Yes. Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Ken, I'm going to ask you to move, and
Simon,
this time...
Could we just have another 10 minutes?
No, you can't, no.
No, only we've faxed the court order through to our solicitor, and we're waiting for him to get back to us.
Your solicitor?
Yeah, he says it's a legal minefield you're stepping into here.
I'll give you 5 more minutes. Can I suggest you inform this solicitor of yours that you'll all be risking arrest if this protest isn't called off?
Oh, we will. Thank you.
Hey, which solicitor's this, then?
Don't ask.
There must be something else we can do.
Yes, I know, we've got time.
Here you go, mate. Keep the change. Thanks. See ya. Hello.
Hello, love.
What's all this, then?
It's a demonstration. Local residents are trying to stop the council tarmacking over at Cobbles.
Let me guess, this demonstration wouldn't be led by an ageing left-wing firebrand called Kenneth Barlow, would it?
He did have a lot to do with it, yeah. Do you know him?
Yeah, I know him.
Come on, peaceful. Get easy, come on, it's peaceful.
Now then.
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved just like a tree.
Curly, so has your Emma got any more bright ideas?
None. And she reckons she knows his sergeant of old. He never backs down. He's known for it.
It was so are we.
Yeah, so it'll be a fight to the finish.
Well, at least we've got a resident nurse here, ain't we? All right. You got your first aid kit with you? Why? Looks like we're in for a bit of a battle. Still the rebel trying to overturn society, then? I thought you'd be at home in your carpet slippers.
Peter!
Hiya, Dad.
My son!
All right,
Hey, this is wonderful. What are you doing here?
Never mind what I'm doing here. What are you doing here? You Red Ken, they used to call
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Listen, you are staying.
If you'll have me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh, hello. Is that Northern Heritage? Could I speak to Ralph Merriweather, please? Yes, I'll hold on.
So
But could you tell him it's
you've finished with the Navy for good now?
Yeah, I've done me 20 years, so that's it.
20 years?
So, you'll have a pension then?
Well, yeah, I've got enough to keep body and soul together until I decide what I want to do next. Oh, and I've also parted company from Jessica.
Oh, no.
Well, no, other way round, actually. She parted company from me.
This is your wife?
Yes.
Was my wife, yeah.
Oh, Peter, I am sorry.
Ah, well, usual story. I was somewhere under the Atlantic. She got sick of waiting and met somebody else. I'd rather not talk about it, to be honest.
Then we won't, unless you change your mind and decide you want to.
I think that's a terrible thing to do. To a man who's away serving his country.
Mother?
Peter just said he didn't want to talk about it. Oh, hello.
I'm just giving him my opinion.
And I agree with you, Blanche, you know, but she's gone, so...
Well, when might he be available?
I was surprised.
See ya. So, how are you two keeping?
Oh, fine.
You know that bloke that you come in with that's talking to Linda now? Who is he?
Peter. That's Ken's son.
He's not.
Yeah.
And if it's Linda Baldwin he's talking to, they should have plenty to talk about.
Yes, all right, Mother.
He were his twin sister, Susan, who were once married to her husband.
Hey, does anyone want to hear some good news? Yes! It's about Vera. She's come round. She's going to be all right.
Can I just have a quick look, please?
Stay on the pavement, please. Work is about to commence. On the pavement.
What can we do?
Just stop him. Sit and roll if you have to.
Right. I don't think I'm going to sit in the
Stan! Come on.
Got it, Mr. Ferguson.
There it is.
What's the game then?
Oh, cheers. Oh. Tell you later, old son.
All right.
No time to lose. It's here. Hang on. I've got it here. Don't give us the line. There. Give them that.
What is it?
It's the preservation order.
Oh, well done, Dougie.
It's a kind of preservation order.
It's the only kind we've got. Go on, Ken.
Go on, Ken. Go on, Ken.
Okay. Now, where's that come from?
Just turned up.
Sergeant!
No chance. I'm not listening to any more excuses.
I don't really listen. I just want you to read that.
Oh, it's going to be flipping midnight.
That is a preservation order on this street obtained for us by Northern Heritage.
Obtained? All from?
Well, from the courts where you got your injunction.
This time of night.
Well, it was obtained earlier. It's just taking time to arrive.
So, after everything you've seen today, there's going to be...
Then we'll see how your preservation order stands up when the courts open on Monday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you seen Haley? All right, listen, you can lecture. She's gone already. I was on your side. I was working on the food. Guys, whatever it was, did the trick, eh?
Oh, just in the nick of time.
So can I get going then? Only I'm missing the works Christmas do.
Oh, Stanley and I thought you always dressed like that. Go on. Oh, hang on, Stanley. A little extra in your wages. Call it a Christmas bonus.
Nice one, Mr. Ferguson. It's not true what they say about you. See ya. Merry Christmas, everybody!
Oh, a happy ending. I don't believe it.
You do get him, you know.
Yeah. But something's bound to happen, right?
Oh, it's got to be someone long-standing. Emily Bishop! Quiet, please, for a few words by our long-standing resident, Emily Bishop!
No, I'm with Ken. I'm always making speeches on these. Let me off this one.
I think what you'd want to say is how pleased everybody is that we're going to keep the street the way it is.
What courage and bravery was displayed here today.
Hey, we'll see you get through this.
I knew he would. Just try and stop him.
Right. Well, it wasn't just the Cobbles that got us here all together today. It was a feeling of tradition, of community. I mean, I'm proud of where I come from. I've lived here all my life. I've seen a lot of people come and go, a lot of changes, a lot of dramas down this street. Like lots of other streets where people are living and trying to get together. It's just that I find there's something a little bit special about this one. And I know that you all feel the same. Yes! So I want you to raise your glasses with me and drink a toast to Coronation Street.
Doesn't seem to bother him very much, does it? Sleeping on a sofa.
Well, he's used to sleeping on a bunk in a submarine. I suppose you can sleep pretty much anywhere after that.
Especially after a skinful at the Rovers.
I'm not sure if that was celebrating or Dutch courage.
So who does he favour most, do you reckon? Ken or his mother?
How should I know? I never met Peter's mum.
And Ken's never seen very much of his son either, by all accounts.
Yes, and that is between Ken and Peter, so don't you go sticking your oar in.
I were only wondering what's behind him washing up here after all these years. Besides his wife betraying him, of course.
Better try not to wake him.
How long's he staying?
I'm not sure. Not long, if what he said last night is anything to go by.
I'm not so sure I fancy pussyfooting around him like this for too long.
Well, it would be nice to have him till Christmas at least. He needs somewhere stable for a while.
Because of that wife of his? What's he told you?
I don't know any details.
Oh, imagine that going on behind your back when you're serving your queen and country. Poor boy.
Oh, sorry, folks. I don't know what happened.
No, that's all right. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm normally awake by 6.
Well, you just stay there. I'll make you a nice cup of tea.
Great, thanks. Listen, I'm really sorry if I went a bit over the top last night. It's just, you know, strange being back and everything, and I just had one too many.
That's okay. That's okay. Look, I'm going to go and get a paper. You enjoy being waited on.
Oh, I will. And Dad.
What?
It's really good to see you again. That was delicious, Deirdre, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. What's food like on a sub?
Well, I mean, the truth is it's not bad, although it's mostly out of packets and cans. But you take it from me, if they served up meals like that, I would have stayed in for another 10 years.
Charmer.
Right, well, let's get these plates cleared away.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand with that.
No, you won't. You stay here with your dad. We'll take care of this, won't we?
Hey? Oh, yes, of course.
So, no more Navy?
No, well, there's only so long you can spend living like a sardine. I did my bit in the Gulf. I've been around the world so many times. I've seen that much.
More than I could ever dream of, I'm sure.
It's been a good life, but, you know, when you're on a submarine, you can spend 6 months at sea and you don't get much of a suntan. And then sometimes your wife leaves you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, life goes on. It's just that I'm not sure in which direction at the moment, that's all.
Well, all I can say is that I'm glad he came my way.
Thanks. And I'm sorry again if I went a bit overboard last night.
Oh, that's all right. Look, I've been really, really awful about keeping up contact with both you and Susan. So, I'm looking forward to making up for lost time.
Yeah, me too.
It's not on a pensioner like myself left standing outside in sub-zero temperatures.
Oh, you're being a bit melodramatic now, Mother.
Have you found that husband of yours, then, yet?
No, he wasn't at home. Gail, you haven't seen Roy this morning, have you?
No, I haven't. Is everything all right?
Not really. It's not like him to just go off like this.
Perhaps he's gone to see a friend or a relative.
I don't think so. Thanks, anyway.
Maybe if he's feeling a bit down, maybe he's gone somewhere quiet to have a thinking piece, eh?
Yeah, maybe you're right. Thanks, Gail.
Hey, there's pensioners die every winter for want of a hot meal. So when you find him, tell him to think on.
Right.
Mother.
Poor Hayley.
I hope Roy's all right.
I'll call you tomorrow, Mrs. Bell.
Right, you sure there's nothing you've forgotten?
Oh, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's pack.
Yeah. And it's not like you can't come back if there's something you do need.
Yeah, what about this flat? Are you sure it's fully equipped?
It's perfectly habitable, Mother.
Pots and pans, for instance. Male landlords are bound to overlook cookware. Now, there's at least 3 things in here that are never used. Oh, I'll give 'em a bit of a clean for you. Bring 'em over later.
So?
Yeah, well, yeah, it looks like this is it.
You be okay?
Oh, yeah. Well, I have been so far, yeah.
Yes, you have.
Right, well, thanks for putting up with me.
Hey, no, your family. There'll be no putting up involved.
Oh, keys.
No, like I said, your family, and you're welcome here any time.
Cheers. Okay. Thanks.
It's just... Cheers. Oh, by the way, I've invited Liz over for Christmas dinner. Is that all right?
Of course, yes. Very nice gesture.
Well, I thought with Jim being...
Being where a killer belongs, in prison.
Yes. Well, Liz hasn't committed any crime, has she? And I just thought if it takes her mind off Jim...
Doesn't look to me like she needs much help on that score.
Well, we can get these, love.
There's no need.
Listen, we're insensitive.
You've not even left yet.
Well, that's all right, Fred.
You must be in your element.
What's that, Blanche?
You've no shame, have you? One man's seed in your belly, and now more men dancing around you begging favours. It's a wonder that smile of yours hasn't split your face in two.
Just watch what you're saying, you. We're talking business with Mrs. Barnes here, that's all.
Well, we all know what she's like. I'd watch it.
And what is that supposed to mean?
And maybe she's sizing you up to see which one would be the best bet for when the kid is born.
Who do you think you are?
I'll tell you who. She is a shining example of most of the folk round here. Mean-minded, petty, and into everybody's business but their own.
No,
do you know something? Do you know, I will be so happy when we do this deal. So I can get out of this pub, get out of this street, and get out of Weatherfield. For good.
You want to cut your potatoes smaller than that, they'll never crisp up.
Mother, if you really want to help, why don't you baste the turkey?
Oh, no, I'm not lifting that. Not with my back.
Fine. Well, in that case, go and pour yourself a glass of sherry, but try and keep out from under my feet.
I'll go. God forbid I be accused of not pulling me weight.
Hi! Happy
Happy Christmas.
Aye, for some it might.
Hello, love.
Hiya. I'm not stopping, but I just thought I'd drop this off before I come back later.
Thank you. Listen, why don't you come and have a drink with me? Save me from all this.
Right then, OK. Hello.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh, I'm impressed.
No, thank you.
Happy Christmas.
Oh, thank you. Hey, are you all right? You look a bit fed up.
Oh, no, I could just do without all this fuss. How are you, anyway? How are you managing on your own?
I'm all right, bit wobbly, but Jim rang earlier. He's really down.
Do you know, it's times like this when I can really see the appeal of being back in prison.
Deirdre, how could you?
Well, no food to cook, no family. Now, that is what I call a holiday. Let's have a sherry.
Peter, he's not going to be right pleased to see me, is he?
He hasn't even had the grace to turn up on time. I'm blowed if I'm going to let him ruin the rest of my Christmas dinner.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what's happened to him. He said he'd come straight over.
Yeah, he's probably had a better offer.
Ah. At last.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I got a bit held up.
I wouldn't have bothered coming at all, love. This turkey's dry enough to choke a camel.
Any more wine, Dad, please?
Yes, you're being a bit tight here, Kenneth.
Didn't realise you'd all be so thirsty.
You've got to have a bit of the old Christmas spirit, haven't you?
Yes, doesn't do any harm, as long as you can handle it.
So how's Jim coping, Liz? Deirdre said he'd rung earlier.
Yeah, well, he's finding it very difficult today.
Yeah, well, Christmas is not a very good day to be on your own, is it?
No.
You must have found that in the Navy, Peter. Riding the high seas, or under them at any road.
I don't think it's quite the same thing,
Oh,
Mother.
no, I don't know. I mean, there are some similarities. You've got men on the inside, you've got women on the outside waiting for them. Or, then again, in some cases, not waiting for them.
What do you mean by that?
No, all I'm saying is long distances constrain marriages. You know, sometimes to breaking point, and if you don't believe me, go and ask my ex-wife.
Yeah, but you see, some men are actually worth waiting for.
And despite what they say, some women just can't help themselves.
Listen, Deirdre, I really ought to be going now.
But we haven't had our pudding yet.
I know, I'm so sorry, but I'm so worried about Natalie. You finish, sit there, I'll see myself out.
Oh, Liz,
No,
please.
don't worry, I'll see you later.
What did you have to say all that for?
What? But what did I do? I was just making conversation.
Oh, really? Well, next time, don't bother.
Deirdre, please.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm sick of it. How dare you? You stroll in late, then you insult my friends.
I did not.
Well, why else did she go rushing off back to work then?
Well, she did say earlier she was worried about Natalie.
She was worried about him. She couldn't wait to get away from you and your vicious mouth. You couldn't even turn it off for Christmas, could you? You're just determined to upset everybody, and you've been like that since you got here.
Bread sauce, anyone?
Oh, Mother.